you've heard me say it a million times, but I will continue to repeat it. Social distancing works. And it absolutely must continue if we're going to reopen our economy safely. And if we can do that, we can rebuild livelihoods while we continue to save lives.
Tennessee Governor Bill Lee will not extend his stay-at-home order when it expires on Thursday, and the volunteer state is ready to reopen and get back to work.
Joining us now to break down what that will look like is Tennessee Congressman Mark Green. Sir, thanks for coming on today. Tell us what the state's going to do. Yeah, good morning. And do you think it's time to do this, or are we too early?
Yeah, I think it is time for Tennessee to go ahead and open up, and I appreciate the president's guidance to say basically that the local governments and the states should make that decision. If you look at Tennessee, we've had tragically 181 people lose their lives, and the penetration of the virus it isn't there. I mean, in my home county, only 2 people have died of the virus. So it's I think from a penetration standpoint, and the fact that we have plenty of PPE. One of our pluses here in Tennessee is our testing. We've led the nation per capita in testing, so I think we've got a good assessment of what's happening on the ground. So yeah, it's definitely time to open up and as the governor said, protect people's livelihood while we protect their lives.
Do you worry, though, about folks coming over from other states, from border states, because you guys might potentially have things that are open, whereas their states may not, and then that perhaps penetrating COVID-19 more into your communities?
You know, I think Tennessee's always worried about that. Nashville is one of the most popular places in the country. It's something that we think about, but obviously with the guidance that the governor has given out, the guidance that the president has given out, the businesses will adhere to those. We'll be okay no matter who walks in. You think about how they're going to do restaurants. It's going to be 50% capacity, 6 feet apart for the tables, only 6 people at a table. A lot of great common sense restrictions that will be in place when the restaurants open on Wednesday. So.
Let's take a look at some of the recommendations here from the governor on how to reopen these businesses. That's the big question. What do you do? He's saying one-way aisles for social distancing, so you're not running into people at the store, prohibiting reusable bags. So only new plastic bags, using plastic barriers at the checkout, designating operating hours for the elderly, healthcare workers, as well as hours for cleaning and designated entrances and exits. And talk a little bit about, I mean, obviously Tennessee's a big state. There's big cities and there's also very small towns. Not every county, though, is going with this guidance. There's a number of counties that are going to stick to the social distancing and not open up, right?
Yeah, well, we're all sticking to social distancing, even though we open up. So the social distancing never goes away. But the larger counties have decided to go a little slower. I know I booked a Mother's Day restaurant in Nashville for the 10th. So at least in Nashville, they'll be opened by Mother's Day. But yeah, the larger cities are just taking a little longer, and they do have a little bit higher prevalence of the virus, so that seems to make sense.
Before we let you go real quick, I know that you're a physician, so I'm curious, your thought on how important it is to get a lot of the other medical workers back working who haven't been during this time. And I'm talking about doctors and nurses who perform things, like elective surgeries, how important that is to your community members.
Yeah, it's really critical because I have constituents who have reached out to me that have had their, one woman had her breast biopsy delayed 3 times. Just imagine, I'm a cancer survivor myself. I can't imagine what it's like to have that, just in the back of your head, knowing that it's there. So it's absolutely time to get, where there's PPE, to get the non-emergent surgical going. So. Yeah.
What is deemed essential sometimes is it's questionable. Absolutely. Sir, thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, you guys have a great.
You too.